I don't really know where to start with this video. Kind of just making it for myself, just kind of talking, not really thinking about who this is gonna end up reaching, who this is for other than me. I guess it's just sort of like a journal almost, except I'm sharing it with other people. You know, life sometimes it's tough, you know, it really is. You go through some things, some worse than others. You know, I don't even know. I don't even know. The whole reason I'm even making this video, you know, my girlfriend, you know, we're going on a break, her and I. How long this will be for, I don't know. Is it really going to be a break, or is it going to be more than that? I don't know, you know. Usually I hear the word break, I don't view it very optimistically. I usually view it as this is just postponing a breakup. It's just a breakup with a label. You know, I'm not usually left with high hopes. And, you know, it's funny because I've been with this girl barely less than 6 months, you know? Started dating in January. It's still rough, you know, still rough. I'm a 17-year-old teenager, never had a job. I'm alright in school, you know. Hey, all B's right now. Semester's about to end, finals next week. Junior year, you know, it's not too bad, all things considered, but you know, from going to straight A student to barely getting along with B's, you know, it's rough. Just making my future worse. Family, rough family situation. Not pretty, I wouldn't say rough home life, but just rough. And, you know, I know what I want to do with my life. I have goals, I have aspirations, but I haven't really taken any steps to get there. I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of lost. I don't really have many people to help me. The very few people I do have, I kind of just push away. And, you know, the one person I thought who would help me, who would be there for me, who'd be there with me every single moment of the way there, you know, I might lose them. And, you know, you might just be thinking to yourself, oh, it's just a high school relationship. Like, come on, grow up. There's other things in life. The world isn't over. You know what, you're right. It's not. But that doesn't mean things feel good right now either, you know? It doesn't mean things are good right now. It is, it's rough. You know, I don't have many friends. I don't talk to many people. I have some connections, I guess, but I don't know nobody. You know, I have so many things going for me, but none at the same time. And it just feels like right now, especially, there's a lot of avenues open to me that I'm just not taking. All because of some Well, I guess because of a lot of things in my life, but right now, mainly just because of some girl. You know, it's not my first relationship either. Yeah, I've been with other girls, I've been with other people, but you know, sometimes you just find that one that's really like no other. One you feel like you'll never do better with. And things aren't over, you know. Although like I said, I'm not very optimistic. I don't think things are gonna end very well. I still try to keep an open mind, you know. And like I said, it's not the end of the world. You'll grow up. You learn. Even if things do or don't work out well, it's an experience I think you need to have. It's just given the circumstances, given my own experiences, my own situation, it's difficult. And you know, been through a lot of things in my life, especially during my high school years, right before my high school years. You know, done a lot of things I regret, done a lot of things to myself, thought of doing a lot of worse things. And you could just sum it up, oh, you're just a teenager, you know, you're hormonal, you're just emotional. Sure, yeah, all right. But it also gets to a point where you have to recognize your feelings, your emotions. You know, I'm almost an adult now. I can't use that as an excuse forever. And to a degree, it shouldn't be considered an excuse either. These emotions, my feelings, they're all real. My experiences, the impact they've had on me, the impact they continue to have on me, they're all real. Just because I'm a teenager doesn't invalidate them. Doesn't make me less, doesn't make those emotions matter less. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, not just relationship-wise, not just personally, but in terms of my friends, the people I care about, what little family I do care about, I do hold close to me. It's I think about the past a lot. You know, I don't like change. I don't like experiencing something new. I'd rather stick to something I'm comfortable with, something I've known. And I'm always thinking back on the past, thinking better times, worse times. Sometimes think about how things could have been different, how maybe I could have acted differently and saved a situation, or how maybe I could have reacted in a more mature way. And those are the types of thoughts that keep me up at night. Those I will spend hours killing myself over. You know, it's not healthy. If you're gonna learn something from me, let it be to let go. You know, also fuck, I'm not, you know, this fucking gameplay is not extraordinary, just bear with me, I'm not really even focusing on that right now. Lost my train of thought. You know, just things may feel like in the moment, you know, the world's ending, everything's over, what am I gonna do with my life? And you know, you might think that, but sometimes you gotta accept the fact, yeah, you know what, things are rough right now, but things will get better if I just let them be. Things will get better if I'm willing to just let go of those emotions, let go of those thoughts. It's only temporary, you know? No matter how much you think this, and trust me, I think it a lot. I think it every day, thinking it now, you know? It always feels like things never get better, things will only get worse. God, that's all it ever fucking feels like. But the reality is, one day things will get better. One day you will be happier. One day, you know, you might find yourself back with that one person you never let go of. Or maybe you'll find yourself free. Maybe you'll find yourself so much more free than you've ever been. But you just have to hold out hope, even if it's the smallest amount. Even if you don't know what you're doing in life, even if you're just going along with things, even if you're not optimistic, hold out a little bit of hope. You know, I think everything always has a conclusion. I wouldn't say, you know, everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't say that. But I think it's necessary that those things happen. You know, whether or not it's for the better or for the worse, I think it's good that those things do happen. And you want to suppress them, you want to hide from them as much as you can. But at some point, you got to come to terms with yourself, come to terms with your situation, and just accept it. And that's something I find myself struggling with the most, you know, acceptance. How do you accept such a terrible, horrible situation? How can you live with that? Especially when everything is stacked on top of each other. It's not just one thing, it's multiple things. Or multiple persons. How do you live with that? How do you manage that? How do you move on from that? You know, I can try and give you all the advice, all of the insight that I don't even take for myself. But in the end, I don't really know. You know, I haven't quite experienced enough to know the answer to that. So, I don't know. Things just suck right now. I don't even know if half of what I'm saying is cohesive. I might just be rambling on, and no one will understand what I'm saying. You know what? That's okay. It's alright. Maybe not everyone needs to understand, just as long as they understand you're trying to convey a message. Maybe that's all that matters. Maybe it's not the message, but the fact that there is a message. Just remember to hold those you care about. Hold them close. Don't ever let them go. And even if they let go of you, at least you still have other people who will, you know. Some won't care like you do, and others will. That's just the reality of it. You know, I say that a lot, you know. Do you really? I don't know. Fuck. I think my main problem is just I beat myself up too much. I let the past affect me too much. And it really is not healthy. It's really not. if you're constantly thinking about what you could have done better, how are you going to be better? Don't think about it, just do it. Be better. Don't be better for anyone but yourself. Because really, all your relationships, I mean, it's 50-50. It's about giving your fullest, not for the other person. You want to be your best self for yourself. I don't even know. I can't explain what I'm thinking right now. I can't explain it very well. You know, just sometimes, you know, yeah, you be better for other people, but you also have to be better for yourself. And you can't constantly just only want to be better for someone else. Sometimes you have to just let go and realize I've been doing too much for you and not for me. And it's hard to think about it that way. You know, especially in terms of a relationship. Oh, shit. You know, I find myself, you know, constantly bending my morals, my philosophies. I'm just submitting myself, who I am, just so that I can make this work. That's not right. That's not healthy. And it's certainly not good for a relationship. If you're mostly just letting the other person dictate your actions yourself. You know, I've found myself thinking about this. I've been thinking about this quite often lately. In terms of my relationship, you know, I guess I'm not happy in my relationship most of the time. You know, it makes me sad, my relationship, it makes me sad. And I'm constantly just giving myself in, just, you know, just to stop fighting, just to stop, you know. I just want things to be okay constantly 24/7. I don't care. I'll take the blame even if I didn't do it. I just want things to be okay between us. That's not healthy. That's not good. And I feel like I'm repeating my same point again and again, but I'm trying to find exactly the words to describe it. What my overall point is. I don't really know. I don't really know. I know what my point is, but I don't at the same time. I'm just kind of going until this run ends. Sorry, oh my god, I'm just so locked in. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, life just sucks, man. You know, I wanted to give up a lot. And, you know, I'm thankful for those around me, the few friends I do have that have been stuck by my side for just through everything, you know, whether I've known them my whole life or I've only known them for a few years. those people that'll always be there for me no matter what, you know, I'm thankful because I really don't know what I would do without them. You just gotta be thankful for what you really take for granted in your life. Your friends, relationships, family. I mean, not really family for me, but I find myself thinking about this. You know, at this point, I'm just kind of rambling about different things. I don't even have anything specific in mind to talk about anymore. Just letting all my emotions out, I guess. I find myself thinking this a lot. You know, I try and tell myself this a lot. Cherish every moment that you want to remember, that every moment, even the little moments that you don't think matter. Oh my god. The little moments that don't really mean much in the moment, but long term, they're everything. And I'm dead. Just cherish the good things in your life because you'll never know when they'll be gone. You know, I hope things turn out well between me and my girlfriend. I hope this break, you know, maybe I'm just being pessimistic. Maybe this quote-unquote break will be better for the both of us. You know, maybe we'll both have time to reflect and better ourselves. And maybe we won't. Either way, you know what, that's okay. Things happen. But I just wish, even if things do turn out well, I just wish I would have cherished things more. I wish I would have cherished a lot of other things in my life more. And hopefully I learn from my fuck-ups and I can do better. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. I'm out.